forecast from the First Coast News Weather Team, certified by Weather Rate, sponsored by AC Designs.
Happy Thursday, beautiful people, and welcome in a bit of a wet, sloppy Thursday evening here across the First Coast. But Lew, I got to tell you, biggest takeaway for me at least from earlier today was just how much more humid it was.
Yeah.
I went on my 3-mile run this morning, and I was soaked. I was dripping by the time that thing was over. A little bit more humid than it has been in the past. Tuesday when I ran, the lungs were, because it was quite cold.
Yeah.
That dry, cold air, lungs weren't used to it. Today, complete 180. We turned the tables on myself, evidently.
Yeah.
Mother Nature just putting me through the ringer this week.
Well, I hope you washed your hair this time. The shampoo, I mean.
No need. God. Just actually, what day is it? Thursday?
It's Thursday.
Yeah, I did it Monday.
So
yeah.
Ross, in his beauty tips for me, has told me I don't need to be shampooing my hair as often as I do. I need to use my natural oils to my advantage.
Yeah, you don't want to dry your scalp out.
Yeah, there we go.
But my girlfriend did tell me the hair is looking a bit long. When are you getting a haircut? And I said, don't worry. I'm getting one right before Christmas next week.
Yeah, I was noticing that too. She's right. It's a little
Well, I want to look
long.
good for when Santa comes.
Yeah,
you don't want to get it too early.
Will you two do Santa pictures? You and Maddie, will y'all go over and get some Santa pictures?
Well, so we tried to this weekend at Petco. Or at PetSmart, sorry.
Yeah.
With Enzo.
Will you get in there with Enzo?
Well, no, we were not in the photo.
Okay.
Lo and behold, it was not a professional. I think it was Brandon, the guy who typically just stocks the shelves on the night shift, taking pictures on an iPad.
Yeah.
Shout out to Brandon.
Hey.
They weren't great.
Okay.
Now, they were free, though.
Okay.
So no hate. They were free, but they weren't great. That's one of those things she's brought up before. Like, let's get...
Of course.
Like,
be great Christmas cards.
Yes, like professional family photos. And no, she wants to do that, like send out Christmas cards and everything. But if I don't plan it, it's not getting done.
Not going to happen.
Yeah, that's just kind of how the...
Now we're getting to last minute. It's going to be a little last minute. I don't know if you're getting your Christmas cards out this year, but
no.
Next year, you know.
That's why I sent text.
That's it. Yeah.
Merry Christmas.
I would love to see Santa Claus photos with Enzo at least. I need that for my collection.
Now, he has been a Bass Pro with Santa before.
Yeah.
Those
turned out all right.
Much better.
Pro done. That's nice.
Yeah.
Looking across the eastern part of our country right now, let's see a little tornado warning.
Yeah.
Up towards that's close
Paducah.
to Paducah. Yeah,
Yep.
Paducah, Kentucky. So they're known
Robert
for that.
Bradfield's old stomping grounds.
Okay.
Shout out Robert.
Deep pull. I used to live in St. Louis for a piece of time in a former life and drove through Paducah, Kentucky on my way to South Carolina a number of times. So interesting, yeah, but getting a little severe weather there for us. Just kind of a dreary, but a nice little sunset that'll be shaping
Some
up. Some
texture in the clouds out there.
There is. We've had clouds at different levels of the atmosphere today that will provide that tapestry for us this evening, as long as we get a little break there. But it's just been kind of a sloppy day. No, other than I've got a report out of Brunswick. They had a pretty good downpour earlier today. But, waiting on stuff out to our west. It'll probably, if we get another downpour, it's probably most likely going to be the heaviest rain while we're sleeping.
Yeah, and
tonight.
While a lot of the eastern seaboard is going to get rain, perhaps the bigger part of this story is just how tightly wound this whole system is. You can almost see the swirl up there near like Minneapolis and the northern half of Wisconsin. The winds on the backside of the system pretty strong.
Oh yeah.
So we've got high wind warnings, wind advisories, red flag warnings all the way from Colorado over toward Indianapolis, Cincinnati, and then the eastern seaboard as well has multiple wind advisories in place, 30 to 40 mile per hour wind gusts for places like DC and New York, and similarly out across the Midwest.
I don't know how if this you've programmed it to go further west, but gosh, out west, those winds, unbelievable.
Oh, and like the Pacific Northwest?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I mean, gusts up in the hundreds that we're seeing at elevation, and these hurricane force and stronger gusts were extending from the Cascades close to the coast, some 800, 900 miles in the 1,000 miles inland.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it was a massive stretch that they're still kind of dealing with. For us, though, we're kind of, we're surrounded Little dry spot there right in the middle of showers that are kind of moving up, that move through Savannah now to Charleston. That's just off our coast, and then just west of Lake City. And I think, our in-house model did a pretty good job of this, showing that line west of Lake City still around dinner time.
Yeah.
So that's kind of lining up. Otherwise, just some light rain falling across parts of St. Johns County. St. Augustine, so Nights of Lights might be a little damp, but that'll be moving offshore soon enough. So otherwise, just some kind of scattered light rain around some of the area that we're watching.
And a bit of a wide variety of temperatures to a certain regard, especially for some folks that have either had denser cloud cover today or have seen some of those heavier downpours. You mentioned Brunswick at 63. A bit warmer, though, in Jacksonville, 73. We haven't seen nearly as much rain, really, if any, here downtown so far today. So nonetheless, you got outdoor plans tonight. You going out to dinner with your honey? Or perhaps your weather team, or heading out to St. Augustine, Nights of Lights. You're going to have to fight the crowds with an umbrella this evening, more than likely.
Added layer.
Yes, there's going to be a chance for rain, although it only shows it at 5 p.m., really through the entirety of the evening, not only in St. Augustine, but really everywhere across the First Coast. There's going to be the chance for at least some drizzle, some light showers off and on here or there, pretty much all evening, Lou.
A dreary sort of evening. So we do warm a bit. I say warm. Let me put it this way. With the cloud cover that we're going to have all night tonight, and into the morning, it's going to be tough for things to really cool off much. So I say warmer start tomorrow. The lows aren't going to drop. So we're not going to get much cooling off tonight. So a mild start. One more day of school for a lot of kids as they get ready for winter break. May not even need the layer as we go, and then making way for a pretty nice weekend. We'll have some cooler temperatures, though, in the morning hours as this front does usher in a little bit colder air. I think Friday afternoon, though, not too bad as far as the temps are concerned. It's not going to be
a little breezy.
Yeah, for sure. We'll have the winds, but it's not a big, cold air mass moving in. Kind of more precision on the timing of some showers, heavier rain possible in some of our southwestern areas, southern Columbia County, Union, Bradford, even out towards Clay and Putnam County, moving over downtown. But again, this is that 9-10 o'clock time frame. If this timing holds on, time and time again, we've kind of seen as these lines move across out of Lake City, they begin to fizzle. And this would be your morning, a little after morning drive, or right around it, and as the front finally crosses.
A spritz of rain, perhaps.
Perhaps, and nothing that's going to force you to use the all full power windshield wipers or things. But wet, damp roads certainly we'll keep an eye out for. But it's more of a kind of a drizzle or mist that you might be driving in early tomorrow morning. The heaviest of the rain will have moved out by then.
And it'll be rather quick moving too. So a quick drop or two of rain with that mild start, as Lew had mentioned, and then by the afternoon, clearing skies, sun finally returns. I know I was walking my dog today, and I ran into a woman, and she asked me, when are we going to see the sun again? I missed the sun. And I was like, I guess I didn't really think about it, but it has been rather cloudy the last 2 or 3 days, and by Florida standards, that's a long time. So
we get itching for it.
Yeah.
And the answer to that question is tomorrow. By tomorrow afternoon, the clouds clear out. Some cold air tries to punch in. You notice that kind of with that look, that day planner look. After we hit a high in the 70s. I mean, southern parts of the area, Palatka, Palm Coast, southern St. Johns County, mid 70s, certainly possible with that sunshine beating down on us. So pretty nice day. Windy. Yeah, we mentioned those northwest winds, 10 to 15, and but then those temperatures we'll get back to dropping temperatures and needing the jacket again for a couple of mornings as we get into Saturday and Sunday with the clear conditions.
Yeah, especially Saturday morning. Yeah. Maybe some inland areas getting some frost. I don't think we'll reach the freeze threshold. Perhaps like Waycross on Blackshear, maybe.
Close, but really more of a little light frost possible.
I would say, west of Highway 301, mid and upper 30s. Around Jacksonville, low to mid 40s for Saturday morning.
There you go. All right, we got to take a break. We've got some Christmas week forecasting to look at as well, deeper in the 7 days. So stay with us. We'll be right back. Never fails when Marlo gives our director back there gives the 10-second cue. It's like when I have to sneeze.
It's the lights in here.
It's something, and it just hit me, and I'm going to promise you I'm going to do my best not to sneeze while we're like doing this important work.
I would say it does happen to me about every other day in here.
Yeah, something hit me. Just like, and it doesn't happen when we got a minute left in the break. It's 10 seconds, and it just hits me all of a sudden.
Hey, you compose yourself.
I'm trying.
I'll take the wheel.
Let
Jesus take. Well, not Jesus. Let Ross take the wheel.
Okay, I see what you think of yourself. Perfect.
Sorry, I was
Tis the season.
big Carrie Underwood fan. Oh, holy night.
Yeah,
Can't beat that.
You can't. But a good kind of indicator of what we, the morning Saturday with that low, kind of cool.
Yeah. Is that a good indicator? Okay. Well,
Fine indicator.
Yes, it'll be a cold start Saturday morning, but afternoon, I mean, it's a beautiful day. You're going to have abundant sunshine out there. Temperatures perhaps a little bit on the cooler side, upper 60s. So, by 4 or 5 p.m., you're going to need a light jacket if you're out and about at all. But Sunday then, pretty similar story. Lows in the 40s, highs in the low 70s. We're looking good. We're feeling good. We'll have no trouble trying to find that North Star out there this weekend and into next week.
Yeah.
Perhaps on that march to Bethlehem or to the Mile High Denver, Colorado.
And this forecast is kind of held. We will watch for changes, but we're looking. We've been talking about this all week. Things kind of lining up well for a nice weather. If this is your big road trip, you're taking out of Duval, you're going to head to Denver, or you're just concerned about what's the team going to be running into? Are they going to get a blizzard? No, no snow game. Actually, pretty mild by Denver standards.
Yeah.
So looking pretty good for the Jags and the Broncos.
Looking good for them and looking good for most folks who have any early week travel plans next week. So we're going to kind of just take a broad look out across the country who might run into some issues if you're flying to a certain portion of the country here, Lou.
Yeah.
Monday, for the most part, looking good. It's going to be the Pacific Northwest. It's kind of been the theme for them, unfortunately, over the past several days and will continue as such. But anywhere from really Sacramento and San Francisco up to Portland, Seattle, going to have a chance of rain and some mountain snow up there in the Pacific Northwest on Monday. Tuesday, Lou, we're kind of watching this very weak front drop in across the Ohio River valleys and Tennessee River valleys. Not a whole lot to necessarily be concerned about. Perhaps some snow up near Boston and New England. And then Wednesday,
front tries to cross. And so, we're talking about we were talking about our rain chances throughout Christmas week. And, I mean, very, very low any given day. You know what I mean? I mean, Monday, we were kind of watching a little bit. And as we get closer to Christmas, I'd be interested in how that front, if it brings any moisture. But at this moment, I mean, we're looking at, mid-70s still for Christmas Day.
kind of hard to believe.
Yeah.
For me, that's a bit warm.
I bet it is.
But for my Christmas standards.
Yeah, for your Christmas standards.
I don't need to see Santa wearing his chubbies out there on the beach.
Yeah, he will be in those if he takes a brief break here. So this is we kind of flip-flop it year to year. We're going to get that warm Christmas. We're going to get that cold Christmas. This is the warm one. So warm year here for Santa. Looking at deep in the long range, if we're talking about I was looking at New Year's, just long range model, right? And you can't really hang your hat on that, but you look at trends, right? Are there any troughs digging in, jets dipping down, and we might get ourselves our next big cold snap. January 2nd, 1st, 2nd.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Early in January?
So maybe, and January typically our coldest month. No surprise, but, of the year. So maybe that we're, at least through Christmas week, we're looking above seasonable temperatures. But if
I think Lou's praying for some snow.
I would love to see at least
a few flakes
we
in
got
Waycross.
teased a little bit,
Yeah.
this past January, where the Panhandle is getting record-breaking inches of snow on the beach. Waycross got a little bit. Now we got like that 1/10 of an inch of wintry precip, at the airport. I'd like it to be less of a tease. Now that's wishful thinking, that's wish casting, but I wouldn't mind it for a day or two.
Are you also wishing that you're going to go undefeated 4-0 this week?
Need it more than anything. Now, having seen Ross's picks, it's not going to gain much ground. But
it keeps you alive in the hunt.
But it keeps me alive and in the hunt.
That's the important thing.
So I'm going to have to start getting aggressive again. Like that got me in trouble early in the season. I'm going to have to probably start making some.
I think
outlandish picks,
our picks will become much more interesting after this week.
I think so too. I think so too. Just a couple games that probably lend themselves to be more challenging.
Yeah.
Because Ole Miss and Oregon, I mean, Ole Miss already played Tulane and beat them by 35.
Yeah. And they're favored by a lot in that game.
Yeah, and they'll be favored by a lot. And God love James Madison, but sorry.
Oregon's used to playing in the rain up there, the cold rain.
It's just going to be a mess. So let's go through our what we picked. That Alabama-Oklahoma game, that's kind of a toss-up as far as odds are concerned. The line keeps flipping back and forth, but it's always been around a point and a half.
And that game's tomorrow night. 8 p.m. tomorrow night, not on Saturday.
Right here on ABC 25. So check that out. And we're both going to Oklahoma.
Oh, wow.
Did you put it? Oh, yeah, you're going to wear your jersey.
Well, let me just, in case anyone was wondering who I was supporting here, it's a shame our 11 p.m. producer, Tegan, is not here today.
It sort of looks like you're putting on a Bama jersey there at
But that clearly says
Jalen Hurts, but
Sooners, baby. Give me a little boomer for my Sooner.
I know you're excited, and it's your favorite quarterback.
John Mateer, I did have him in the Heisman hunt. He's played well this year.
Yeah.
He's he's a gunslinger.
I can't believe he didn't get the invite. Was it injury? I guess his injury.
Yeah, he missed too many games. Stats were down a little bit.
Yep.
But Bama's, they had a really rough SEC championship game. Ty Simpson's been out of sync. I'm very, very tempted to think they're going to
bounce back
and get it together. But the OU defense is legit.
Yeah, I don't think they bounce back.
Norman and Memorial Stadium is going to be rocking. A night game in Norman.
Yep.
They've been down the last few years, Oklahoma. I think they get over the hump at least this round.
I think so. I think you're right, and hopefully we continue. All right, so and then we got Miami at Texas A&M. That's going to be Saturday, but right here on ABC 25, and we're both going Texas A&M. Just don't think the Canes have it. They kind of eked their way into the playoff.
They did. I feel like they're just a team you can't trust.
I know.
They're always a hyped team,
yeah,
but I feel like they never live up in the biggest moments.
The only issue with Texas A&M, they've had a kind of weird end of the season.
They did.
Kind of a weird loss there towards the end. I mean, just again, going back to my Gamecocks, while they beat the Gamecocks, but they had to come back in like the biggest comeback in SEC history. But Carolina, scored 35. I mean, when a team like that with a questionable offense scores that many points, I'm wondering about Texas A&M. So
when
but we have them winning. So.
Miami's overall strength of schedule out of those ACC teams, not as strong as the teams that Texas A&M would play.
Right.
I would say if South Carolina was in the ACC, they would probably
a little different.
Yeah, they're
trouble with Clemson, but that's another thing. So that one at Texas A&M, I think that home field advantage plays a little part in it.
The 12th man.
Yeah, as well. And then the gimmies there at the bottom of the screen. All right, that'll do it for me. Ross is going to wrap up the rest of this. I'm going to go get ready to do the 5. So we'll see y'all later. Ross will continue right after this break with the 7-day.
Welcome back in, folks. Let's give you one last look here at the 7-day forecast. Lew and I did our picks. I'm still going to rep the Sooners here for the last few minutes. We're still watching the scattered showers and things like that here through this evening. Might be a few isolated heavy downpours, but Lew and I kind of just did a quick severe weather analysis before we started the stream. Looks like the overall severe weather risk and overall storm threat is going to be quite low. So the chance of a thunderstorm or lightning in general, I would put at less than 5%. At this point. So we're not too concerned about the storm threat tonight. Still just kind of a drizzly, rainy evening for some folks. So most of that will clear out by tomorrow morning. A few lingering just spritzes of rain for that Friday morning commute. Then by the afternoon, the sun is back. Temperature is going to be warming up into the low 70s despite a fairly cool northwest breeze. So it might be at a somewhat of an added chill in the air out there throughout the day tomorrow, although temperatures will be in the low 70s by the afternoon. Saturday, a little bit of a different story. A cold start. Low 40s, those morning lows around the Jacksonville area, inland locations. So we're talking, Baker County, Union County, up through Charlton, Ware, Pierce counties, mid and upper 30s for some of you folks. So you're still going to need that winter coat, perhaps a beanie when you first wake up Saturday morning, but we will rebound by 25 to nearly 30 degrees by the afternoon, upper 60s. And we're staying sunny and dry pretty much all weekend long here. So no major concerns if you are running out to JCPenney or Kohl's for some last-minute Christmas shopping, or the St. John's Town Center, whatever you got going on, going out to see Christmas lights, any sort of holiday parties that you have that might be somewhat outdoors, no concerns. It's really just a beautiful last weekend before Christmas here across the First Coast. Then looking ahead to Monday, we are going to have a weak backdoor front try and sneak its way in. So we put a 20% chance of rain primarily for a few coastal showers on Monday. You also notice the winds out of the northeast, 15 to 25 miles per hour, gusts upwards of 25 to 30 out at the beaches. So Monday is going to be a rather windy day. I think the vast majority of us will stay dry, but we're still putting 20% chance primarily from the intercoastal and east out toward the beaches for maybe just a stray shower or two to try to sneak its way inland out there. And it will be a little bit cooler. Highs only going to be in the mid 60s thanks to that wind pulling air off the water and bringing it on land. So cooler Monday, but then the rest of Christmas week or Holy Week, whatever you want to call it, low 70s Tuesday, mid 70s for your Wednesday on Christmas Eve. Rudolph probably won't be needed here across the First Coast. Doesn't look to be too foggy, doesn't look to be too cloudy out there either, as Santa's making his trip around the world next Wednesday night. And then your Christmas Day on Thursday. Lew and I talked about it. Santa's probably going to be in shorts. Might have to put on some sunscreen, partly